Welcome back to Dime Comic Bros. I am one of your co-hosts, Spencer, joined with Jacob.
That was really funny. I faked him out with a click, so he had to start over.
Nya, 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 nya. We like talking about comic books and bullshit.
Not so much the bullshit, but...
Have we gotten better or worse about that?
It depends on how you define bullshit.
That's true. We're here primarily to talk about the Ultimate Universe, the most recent incarnation of Marvel 6160.
I just saw a post that was slightly racist, so I'm going to modify it and be like, there aren't too many gods out there that instruct their followers to wash their ass. And that's something to ponder.
Well, I would... Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to go about that. What's a good fucking segue? The Maker demands you wash your ass.
Wow. I don't think he does, actually.
I don't think he does. I think he wants himself to be the one person with an unwashed ass in his universe. Because he is a stinky little fucking incel. I love him.
Do you think the Hulk washes his ass?
Ooh, okay. It depends on which persona is currently in charge. That's highly dependent.
That's fair.
I think your typical Savage Hulk, no, he's stinky. I think Joe Fixit, highly dependent on what he's up to. He's man stinky. He's not like gross, but he is heavy on the nasty armpit musk. Fucking Demon Hulk, I don't think he needs to wash. I think the hellfire within him keeps him smelling
everything.
Clean. Exactly.
Yeah. Worldbreaker Hulk definitely does.
Yeah, because he fucks. So yeah. And I think Bruce Banner, it also really just depends on who's writing him.
He uses wipes.
He probably does his best in the gas station bathrooms because he never has a place to live.
I bet he even does like I don't have wipes. I'll just wet a paper towel.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
He's me for real.
Yeah. Hello?
What's up?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I'm editing the show, and I had to phone a friend for an opinion. Do you think the Hulk washes his ass?
The Hulk?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
Well, so if he consistently turns back into Bruce Banner, it's also depending on like where in the timeline we are with the Hulk,
right,
and what universe. But if he turns into Bruce Banner, then he washes his ass. But if he's stuck as Hulk, and we're in early years, then no. But if we're on Planet Hulk, then yes, because he has to get bitches, and to get bitches, you gotta wash your ass.
That's what I said.
Is that what you said?
How about, what's the other one? The Joe Fixit or whatever. Does he wash his ass?
Absolutely.
Really?
Joe Fixit? Yeah, he's the intelligent one, isn't he?
I don't know. But he's like the mechanic fix-it guy, like the blue-collar worker, so...
Definitely washes his ass.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't stay washed long, but he washes it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, does your ass stay washed long?
No.
Since you're blue collar?
No. Feels like as soon as I wash it, I gotta take another shit.
Yeah, dude, mine definitely does. And especially in this heat, my balls and my asshole are fighting for whose swamp it is.
You just reach into your shorts and find a toy Shrek. Like, how did that get there?
Oh, yeah, dude. He's stuck in between the hairs.
All right, that's what I needed. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye. So yeah, I think we've gotten better at bullshit.
Why buy a comic that might cost more than a dime? Come meet the brothers who are here to waste your time.
So the new version of the Ultimate Universe started off 2 years ago and some change.
We're gonna do all of it, issue by issue. Lock in.
Yeah, not quite. Neither one of us is entirely caught up on everything.
I've almost read it all, but not quite. quite.
Not quite. So
I have the Hawkeye one-shot still left to read.
dude, that's one of the best ones. I just counted it in order with the Ultimates because that's just where it fits right in.
I was confused when they announced it because they were like, Hawkeye #1. I was like, I am not buying Hawkeye month to month. But no, it was just one issue.
I really think I think
okay,
that this Hawkeye
sense.
could have easily carried a series too.
I don't see it, but okay.
It kicked off with Ultimate Invasion, which was 4 oversized issues.
Yep, that was pretty good.
Written by Hickman and illustrated by Brian Hitch.
Honestly, that helped hook me into the series. That was
indeed.
a really good opening.
It was. Especially because this was, I think, relatively known at the time, but it definitely is now. Originally speaking, Jonathan Hickman was not planned to be the architect of this new universe. It was going to be Donny Cates, and then some shit happened.
He had a problem.
Yeah, some stuff blew up. He had previously teased it in a couple of Venom issues, and then they went in a different direction for this, which I'm kind of glad they did, because I'm not sure what he was getting at with where I'm not sure where Cates was coming from with that.
Yeah.
So Hickman was like half the architect of this for a temporary, limited time, and then they just decided to cancel everything. But Ultimate Invasion I thought was pretty good. It was nice seeing Hitch come back. Hitch can be kind of hit or miss these days, I think, especially because, one, people just get older and all that, which is fine. But I think his stylistic sensibilities were really cool for the Ultimate Universe the first time around back in the early 2000s. But that was the template for where we get all the militarized MCU canvas outfits and all that stuff. And I don't think that works all the time. But it was nice to see him return for this. I wouldn't say it's his best work, but it was solid. Hickman did a really good job of laying out the plan. These are the players involved. It was really nice seeing the Maker very directly interact with Miles to be like, okay, so you can come if you want. I don't like you, but there's some kind of begrudging, brotherly something going on there because he is the only other real survivor of 1610.
Yep.
1610. The Maker puts together a concoction of device parts, and there's also a time war going on between him and Kang, because of course there is. Because Kang looks funny this time around and is definitely not our Kang, which I did appreciate, and I like that they did end up following up on that later. I was really hoping they weren't going to drop that. So we get introduced to the general concepts that they're going to be pulling from, but this was not an introduction to the new universe, and I actually really like that.
Yeah.
It was, here's what the guys in 616 are doing, here's what the Maker is doing, here's the plan, here's the fight to start it, and then it just kind of, I don't remember exactly how it ends, but it basically flash of white, here's one shot of New York, that's it.
Yep.
It's oh, you gotta buy the books.
Yep.
But it felt like a really good event. I got, I think, the second printing of all the issues. They have this is where the new Ultimate cover branding started, was with Ultimate Invasion. So I have the black border ones. See, that was pretty cool. Yeah, the Maker is evil, as we know. He's a stinky, evil Reed incel who's mad, and he has a weird head. It's so fun to make fun of him because he's simultaneously one of the best modern big villains, but he's also such a fucking loser. He's pathetic. It was real cool. It was fun. Me likey.
They then started with Ultimate Spider-Man because, of course.
Yeah, Spider-Man was the. It was not where all of the events either came out of or spiraled into, but that was the big book. Was it's Spider-Man.
Right.
I have read the entire run. You have read up to what, issue 16, 18-ish?
I don't know. I have the last trade left to do.
Somewhere in that neck of the woods. I thought it was really entertaining watching the comic community kind of turn on this book as time went on, which was really funny.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Because at first, the big thing was oh, Peter's grown up. He doesn't have the spider yet. Him and MJ are married. And everyone's oh, they're doing the shit we wanted. And then because Hickman forced himself to follow the 1 month time skip between issues, it did really screw with the pacing. And then a lot of stuff does, unfortunately, kind of happen off page.
Yeah.
And it did eventually stop being about the family drama stuff. I liked it pretty much from start to finish. But there are definitely, the biggest criticism I have is pacing. The pacing is fucking abhorrent.
I think I think this is the first time that I've seen a Spider-Man that's happily married. Like, every other property, I think, he's, like, angsty dating Archie shit.
Yeah. There was, I think it was around 2015, there was a limited spin-off of, like, a universe where One More Day didn't happen and they stayed married, and that was fun. And then, technically speaking, across the Spider-Verse, now that Peter B and MJ are back together, but like, we don't see them very much.
Yeah. It
was really nice to see a bit of the domestic.
Yeah, and like some progression where they're happily married and not having a crisis every week. It's like happily married. Like it's really cool to see that dynamic in a Spider-Man.
It was. I like in the second half, I think more so once the problems become more persistent, once the entire family knows that Peter is Spider-Man and all that, the problems do start to come out, but they feel like they deal with them like adults. Yeah. It is very consistently like MJ's like, no, I'm fucking pissed at you. We have a dinner party. I'm going to talk to you about it later. Yep. Like a lot of that stuff I thought was really well handled. I wish his kids appeared more like in the middle of the run.
They're pretty great.
They're fucking awesome. What is it? It's May and... Is it Ben? It's not Ben.
I think so.
Really? Whatever. His two kids are great. He's a young daughter and like a teenage son. They did bounce out of the run a little bit here and there, but they were, at the beginning and the end especially, pretty large focuses. Mm-hmm. I like that his son gets what is visually represented like the symbiote, but it is the Iron Man's super secret special box. Sorry, Iron Lad's super secret special box of magic. You're Spider-Man now. Yep. To have it's kind of like the symbiote, just not evil or like edgy at all. Yeah. I liked that he gave once he got rid of that, Peter gave himself a cloth suit, and then once his kid started sneaking out, he's like, okay, I can't stop you, but like take this, and he like basically tells the suit to like not let his son go near certain sorts of things. And I thought that was really fun. It felt like relatively organic, like teenage son drama.
There was a good arc right before I had to stop reading because it was the end of the trade, where Harry and Peter are captured, sort of, and chased by a whole bunch of bad guys. And it was cool to see those bad guys working together because it felt really fleshed out and thought out. Like the characters had their motivations and they did what they did because of those motivations, and like it worked really well together despite it being a lot of bad guys kind of all packed in a room. So
indeed, yeah, there was basically the Sinister Six works for Wilson Fisk, who operates New York, who then operates under, I don't remember who's in charge of the North American Republic.
I want to say Mysterio, wasn't it?
No, Mysterio is one of the Sinister Six. Well, Mysterio is kind of one of the Sinister Six. I really like the Council of Mysterios.
Yeah.
That was really fucking cool. I did not expect that. I like how they they showed them. The art was fucking phenomenal, but they did have a really good combination of like, they did some of the illusion magic, but like a lot of it was just straight up witchcraft.
Yep.
And it did, once I understood who could have been behind the fishbowl, it was fun trying to figure out who it was during certain issues. Mm-hmm. I really like how involved Gwen was in all of this. Her and Harry have a very interesting dynamic. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Harry not being evil is cool. Mm-hmm. He's not really a great guy, but he's not evil. That was fun. Him having a fucking Iron Man Green Goblin suit actually made sense.
Yeah.
I like Otto Octavius being in the background. I will spoil one thing for you. He does eventually get a suit, and they do nothing with it. Like, he gets the superior suit, and he just doesn't fucking appear.
That's too bad.
It's really annoying. I really like all of the different council members of like the Sinister Six. I like what they did with Black Cat and then having the other Black Cat pick up. That was really cool. They had some nice interpersonal teen drama going on.
Yep.
The rare issues that were not drawn by Alex Maleev, I thought were really good. I cannot remember who the artist was, but there was maybe 4 or 5 fill-ins for the entire run. Usually like 1 or 2 per arc, kind of like paired together. They're still very good. They were relatively similar, just not quite as pencil scratchy as Maleev's stuff.
Did you read the Spider-Man Incursion?
Yes. Yes.
I haven't read that one yet either.
Yes. So there is a 5 or 6 issue Spider-Man. It's probably 5. Spider-Man miniseries that follows Miles. He eventually ends up coming to this new universe from 616 because his stupid fuck-ass baby sister opens up a fucking portal because she like touches the Maker's business card or whatever. So she falls through the fucking universe and he has to go find her. Yeah, it was definitely 5. So each issue he's paired with a different one of the runs for this Ultimate Universe. There's one where he hangs out with the Spider-Man.
Interesting.
That was actually really interesting because he's like, oh, you're not like my Peter. You're functional. What the fuck? That was really cool. Seeing him kind of hang out with Peter's son was weird because they were both teenagers, but like 4 or 5 years apart.
Yep.
So that was really cool. They just tossed back a lot of Spider-Man fucking quips. I say this funny thing when I do this thing. And so they're all trying to help him find his sister, who's eventually ends up being kidnapped by the leaders of the Eurasian Republic. There's an issue where he hangs out with Ant-Man and the Wasp. That was pretty cool. He bumps into May and Storm from X-Men. He has like a soft romantic relationship with Storm, like the young Storm. I cannot remember her regular name. That I actually thought that was really cool. They have a nice little bond. He beats the fuck out of the bunch of evil X-Men towards the end. He gets his sister back, and then he takes more origin boxes, the things that Iron Lad made for all of these heroes who were robbed of their superheroism. He takes 4 or 5 of them back with him to 616, and that is its own whole thing, which I'm also following.
Weird. I didn't know that.
Yep, it's Absolute Fallout, I believe. It's a mini-series right now, so there's a new Wonder Man for synergy purposes, and then I believe all the other characters are original. So far, it's okay. The art's pretty good, but yeah, a bunch of new people in 616 get magic powers. Overall, it was pretty short. It was sweet. It was a miniseries. It was announced to be a miniseries. It hit all the highlights of what you would expect of Miles going and checking out this new universe and being like, "Cool, I don't want to be here. I got to go get the baby sister."
Is it Ultimate Fallout? Nope, that's 2011.
No. Ultimate Impact.
Ah.
I think it's up to issue 3 right now. So far, it's all right. It's really dense because there's so much going on. But that was really nice as like a little companion piece. It was nice to see Miles get, attention because he is basically the big person who was taken from the original Ultimate Universe and kept. I won't spoil where Spider-Man ends up because Spider-Man is relevant to Ultimate Endgame. I'm assuming you've read that.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get to that.
Okay.
I do like how the run feels relatively over when it's over. Its final little epilogue, it does cram a lot in the last couple of issues to polish off pretty much every one of the Spider-Man villain arcs, but it was pretty cool. Also, shout out to Uncle Ben not being dead, for one, and him and J. Jonah Jameson running the Daily Bugle, and then they turn it into a newsletter, and then they take on all the news media. That was pretty fun. Those two having a grumpy old man dynamic was fun.
I believe next was Black Panther.
I have only gotten up to, I think, about volume 3, so issue 16. I have yet to finish Black Panther or X-Men, despite the fact that X-Men is, I think, the most artistically valuable out of any of these. Yeah. I fell behind and I wanted to finish off the other stuff. Black Panther, I feel like, is quite underrated for this run. Yeah. Almost all of these they're almost all on the same level of quality, but they feel like they actually have different things for different people. It depends on what type of book you're looking for, which is cool. Mm-hmm. Black Panther, I feel like got brushed over a bit because it does in some ways retread things we've done before with T'Challa, but it does do a lot of those things in new ways, and I don't think people waited long enough for them to pay off.
I was hooked by this one because Bast, the Black Panther goddess, and Khonshu are working together. It's a whole religious and political system that feeds into T'Challa and how he's trying to rule his country, and it was really, really cool to have that religious system really mess up the political system. It felt very Dune like.
A little bit, yeah. I really liked the two avatars of Khonshu.
Mm-hmm.
They were both such posers, but they were very cool while they were there.
Mm-hmm.
That was handled really well for the first half, I think, of the run. I really fuck with all the outfits.
Mm-hmm.
The one that has a bit more of an open mouth cowl is a little weird, but I like the diversity between all the outfits, the different metallic colors that they choose to accent it. Sometimes he has a cape, sometimes he doesn't. I feel like they leaned, despite having a lot of extremely advanced technology that he can use, almost all of the actual altercations end up being plain old fisticuffs, and I really like that.
Yeah.
It's so I have super secret, magical, special fucking vibranium gun. I'm gonna kill you myself. And I like how consistently we've returned to that. I also like the feeling that T'Challa was not always a good guy. I like, because a lot of the runs that I've read, the worst ones end up leaning too heavily on T'Challa just being a good guy in a bad situation. It's he's got temperament, for one, and he doesn't want to be king. That's his big negative flaw, is he is king and he doesn't want to be.
Yep.
But I feel like they took advantage of that very often to be I don't agree with this ethical decision he just made, and I want to see how this pans out.
Yep.
So he has his full council of people around him. You have Aurora, who pops in, I think after the first arc or so. Aurora and Killmonger are together, and they're freedom fighters, and then they join in to help out with some stuff. I really like what they did with both of them. Killmonger was very cool. You've finished this run, correct?
Yep.
I'm around where the wife swap happens.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm hooked. I just been busy.
I don't remember how it pays off, but I was left uncomfortable with it still.
I like how there were multiple issues where there was so much personal stuff going on. I'm am I supposed to be watching this? That was really cool. T'Challa is married to Okoye, and that was handled really well, at least towards the beginning, when their relationship is working well.
Yep.
Almost all of the run looked really good. It alternated, I believe, between two main artists, and they both looked fucking awesome.
I don't remember it alternating.
They were very similar.
It was very consistent.
There was one issue, I think it was the last issue I read, actually, that had some really weird art and editorial problems. It was clearly this just got a fucked up print job, or the editor took a nap that day. Panels were out of order, and dialogue was really wrong, and I was this.
Something happened.
Yeah, something happened here. But that was a one-time thing.
Yeah. I remember that.
I think out of all of these runs, despite it having a lot of the political and religious themes going on, it does feel like the most straightforward superhero run, I think. And that's not a bad thing. But it does, in terms of how it's generally presented, there's a lot of magic, there's a lot of technology, there's a lot of politics going on, but it always has a throwdown by the end of the issue.
Yeah.
Almost always.
Right.
It is portrayed pretty straightforwardly, which I like.
I put it on par with Spider-Man.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's around the same as Spider-Man.
It's awesome.
X-Men.
Was that next?
The primary four came out back to back to back to back. I don't remember exactly. They all came out within a month of each other. So
I thought it was Ultimates first and then X-Men, but okay. X-Men.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do with Ultimates, so
yeah. Oh my gosh! Someone said the government's bad. Oh, I'm gonna come.
Yeah, pretty much. X-Men also says the government's bad, but also cults are bad. Peach Momoko I think is probably the greatest working Japanese artist in American comics. Holy fucking shit.
I think she's one of the greatest artists in
Period.
comics right now.
She did the full kit and caboodle for everything. I think maybe she had inkers come on board, but painting and pencil sketches all the way through, watercolors.
Yep.
A bunch of original characters.
Yep.
A couple of characters we do know. One, Cyclops is a girl. She's a teenage girl now. That was fun. And then Armor is the primary girl that we follow.
Yep.
There was a lot of themes in here I wasn't expecting. There was, cult stuff, but there was Every other issue was like a sexual assault allegory or like fucking suicide. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was very, it didn't just pull on the heartstrings because the topics were dense, but it was like, oh my gosh, these babies should not be dealing with this. They're barely 12.
Yeah.
It really did feel like they're being thrust into a world that they should not have to deal with.
It was a deceptively dark story.
Yeah.
For sure. I really appreciated how much like Japanese lore or legends were used in this. It felt like a lot of real life legends were put into the X-Men world because the X-Men is happening like in Japan, and it just naturally made it feel like a lived-in world. It felt real without having to do a lot of heavy lifting with storytelling, like just off the bat, because it's a lot of unique lore that I'm not used to. Like it's hitting a general audience here in the States that doesn't know anything about these things. So it's cool.
It did one of the things I do like in manga when I read it is occasionally the artists will just have like 3 to 5 pages in the back of each, like either tankobon or like most chapters will just have a page or two of like, here's all the stuff I couldn't fit in. Yep. And okay, so this random thing you see here, that's this thing, and you can look that up here.
Yep.
And like she does that to explain a bunch of things that like you don't really have the time to get into, or it would be weird for the characters to just openly like,
explain.
Just like they're like what particular
it's even, like minute details too of like something we're not going to pick up on, like describing what they're eating. Like,
right.
This is a traditional Christmas dinner. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, like a lot of that stuff. Or like what their amulets mean. Or like which person's involved in like this part of the religion. Like a lot of that stuff they leave up to just be like, huh, that's interesting. I'm not sure what's going on here. And then like will be filled in at the end of the issue of like, oh, that's what that means.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I really like how much of it, especially in the first half, is like seeing the negative side effects of Japanese work culture. A lot of that was like the amount of the parents just being utter fucking pieces of shit. Like we have a lot of just purely absentee parents. A couple of these kids are orphans. We have, literal beatings. One of the parents is a fucking pedophile. Like just a lot of like dad comes home, sit in front of TV, get drunk type stuff. Like it felt organic, but it was also really heavy to be like, oh, they should be off playing with Legos, not starting a political revolution. All the stuff with the Children of the Atom, the cult that's in the area that is like a bunch of evil mutants, I thought was really well handled. Yep. Mr. Sinister is a fucking clown. That was really fun.
He was great.
I think they use... Okay, so this is an interesting one for me. I recently found this out. So in like main Marvel stuff, in 616... Wolverine's son has gone by a bunch of different names. Mm-hmm. The big one that they're trying not to use too much anymore, Dakin, turns out that's like a slur. I didn't know that until pretty recently. I believe that's what's actually used here, but it feels relevant because this person who looks like Wolverine basically is getting plugged into like every piece of medical equipment known to mankind to like make more mutants. Like, he doesn't feel like a person. I don't know. If I'm remembering correctly, that was towards the beginning of the run. They might have used one of his other titles for him, but that's what I remember anyways. I thought that was really cool. What they did with, I cannot remember his name, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it. The kid with the glasses, that was never precisely stated which character he's an adaptation of. I think it's Shadow King is the most likely one. That kid's fucked up. Holy shit. The main, not necessarily main antagonist, but like the biggest negative force that they consistently bump up against is this other like 12-year-old incel boy. Jesus Christ. That every time he popped up, I got really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it was gross.
So dark and
nasty.
Creepy.
Ugh. The stuff was all really good. Again, I have not read the entirety of the run yet. A couple of other characters did pop up. There is a woman who does seem to be a rogue analog.
Shinobu Kageyama or Kageyama.
Yeah,
that
kid.
That was the mental kid.
Fuck that kid. Fuck that kid.
Everybody else did. Why would you?
So there's a couple of other random appearances of some characters. We'll get to some lack of editorial communication that has no fault on this run.
Akihiro is Wolverine's son?
Yeah. Okay. They didn't use Dakin. Yeah.
No.
Akihiro is the most recent. Like, that's what they're kind of pushing for these days.
The Ultimate Universe's Dakin.
Yeah. I don't know where this run ends up, and I'm very curious. I heard through the grapevine that the portion of the ultimate finale epilogue that is for this run ends on a very interesting note that a lot of people had thoughts on. I don't remember what the thoughts were. I just remember it causing a lot of clamor.
Weird.
I'm very curious to get to it.
It was left wide open of like, you can extend this another 12 issues if you want.
Yeah.
You can give me my own run if you want.
Indeed. Yeah, I think X-Men is the most, like, if I had to save one, it feels like it is the most artistically valuable.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's not my favorite to read because it is so dense, and a lot of names I'm not familiar with, and a lot of grammar I'm not familiar with. Like that's the harder part with having like
I think a
translation
nicer
stuff.
way of putting it is just like there were issues that I read in like 5 minutes because there weren't a whole lot of words. Like it seems weird to call it dense. It's just it takes a little bit more work or a little bit more imagination, understanding that it's being translated and all that, like a manga. To like, I just want to turn my brain off and look at the pretty pictures. Like it's gorgeous.
It is. I also like the like kind of faint coloring that pops in and out sometimes. Like sometimes it'll be nearly black and white, and then other times it will have little pops of like watercolor.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool. It does make it feel like it is a Japanese comic made for American audiences in a good way, whereas it's not like, oh, we colored a manga,
right,
which is meant to be in black and white.
Right.
That was wicked cool. Ultimates is like the coolest thing ever. I can't not like.
All right, I'm gonna go pick up a pizza. I'll be back in an hour.
So overview. The Ultimates it's the Avengers. It follows primarily Iron Lad, Captain America, Human Torch, and then later the Vision, and a bunch of other ragtag group of freedom fighters doing freedom fighter stuff.
It was pretty cool because almost every issue for a pretty long stretch was there's a social issue and the heroes go and they kind of take care of it, and out of that comes a new hero.
Yeah. They did that. It was the beginning, and then they did it a bit more towards the end as well, a couple of times. I really liked it. Like, the general formatting, I thought that Denny's Camp, clearly the guy who came out of this entire ordeal the best, because he's got a bunch of new deals on his table. He also got kind of fucked the most. I feel like he actually used the time, the 1 month skips really well, whereas so many things happened off page, but it felt like something you could reasonably assume. Like, oh, yeah, Cap's not in this issue because he's doing another thing, or whatever. So we have a bit of a revolving door characters, primarily Iron Lad. Juan Frigeri is such a good fucking artist. I love looking at this book.
Yep.
This is, if I had to pick a, like, not in a derogatory way, generic superhero book, it's this one. Like, in terms of general visuals. It's really clear to look at. It has really good action panels. The layouts are great. The faces are fucking awesome. The colors are delicious.
The action's really good.
Yeah.
Like, the poses and the fights.
Very, very good. It feels really well laid out. They're trying to stop the machinations. The Maker has locked himself in a city. I think it's just the Maker's city. He just locks himself in there for 2 years. That's the ticking clock underneath the table for the whole thing. And they're trying to figure out a way to, kill him and get into the city before he comes out or whatever. Goes on a lot of side trails.
Way back in the beginning, Hickman'd all over the place and made like a map that splits up the different regions or
different continents, really.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Continents and like their leaders, which are all villains that the Maker set up. He the
Maker's council is really well laid out in the first, I would say, arc of Ultimates, especially before they start dying.
So like he's not exactly controlling the world by himself. He has it divvied up, and those people are answering to him, and that's really smart. But the Ultimates are then pushing back against those different world leaders.
Yeah. I would say easy thing to do, actually. Highlights. So I say Willem Fergari is a great fucking artist. Every single issue that had a guest artist was actually fucking awesome, because there were 2 Phil Noto issues, which were both focused on Doom, which is Reed, who's been tortured into being Doom. Great fucking character. Comes in clutch as hell in the end. Arguably kind of the real main character. Kind of is tied with Iron Lad by the end of it. There was a couple of other ones I don't remember specifically. I believe it was the Luke Cage and Iron Fist issues were done by different artists. I think those were back to back. And issue 23, which was following Thor during like the final battle, which was framed through like a Norse legend.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god! I coomed so hard.
I liked the She-Hulk episode.
That was really good.
Where the native islands of somewhere are like being poisoned and not being valued or even like respected. Like they're just getting the shit and no help, and so nature and the locals rise up, and I don't know, it's good.
Yeah, that was, I think it was towards the end of the first arc. Yeah, She-Hulk and her rivalry with this world's very evil Bruce Banner was done really well. I think that was definitely one of the highlights of the full run. I really liked the issue where Captain America went and got the Human Torch, and I really actually liked the Human Torch turning into Vision at the end. That was really interesting. It kind of just happens because it's getting really busy, but that was very cool, because they have like, you know, history. That stuff was really well handled. It's so weird because I like the main group of characters that this book follows, but I also really like the weird diversions it takes. Like Luke Cage is a prisoner in a prison, and like they communicate with him, and he's just like, yeah, so I'm gonna fix all the fuckers in here. I'm not going anywhere. Like I really like what they did with him. He basically turns multiple private prisons into like Ultimates recruitment camps, which is fucking awesome. There was an Iron Fist issue. Iron Fist is like a 12-year-old child or whatever. That was kind of odd, but also like 1,000 years old. Insert Japanese trope here. Who's also, I believe, is having like a vow of like nonviolence. That was really interestingly handled. Goes up against Bruce Banner. I really liked how they handled all of the major villains from the Makers Council. Like Bruce Banner was, I think, the biggest one. They handled Ironmonger pretty quickly. But like him just having like a one issue just rundown of like, so this is how the American economy works in the real world and in this world. I get all of the money, fuck you in the ass. And then they fucking shit him in the face. That was really cool. But like Bruce Banner having like very interesting themes of like genuine cultural appropriation. Like he bounces around to a bunch of different places. He learns all these different martial arts, and he's just stealing everyone's secrets with none of their values.
He's the Steven Seagal.
Yes. Like that was really cool because he's incredibly powerful, but he's also just a piece of filth. Like he goes around, he learns all this stuff, and he's like, no, I am the master of the 10 rings. And it's like, bitch, no, you're not. Nuh-uh. That was really cool. Hawkeye gets introduced somewhere around the first third, I think. I thought they were really interestingly handled. It's not Clint Barton. It is Charlie, I don't remember their last name, who's an indigenous two-spirit person. I thought that was really interestingly handled. Then they got a one-shot issue. I think it could have followed for a full 6, but they bounce in and out. And then that's a spoiler for Endgame. Never mind. There was a 1 year in and 2 years in one shots that were going over like what the fuck S.H.I.E.L.D. has been getting up to, because you know S.H.I.E.L.D.'s evil, because of course, and they're like cloning Nick Fury and just killing him when he learns too much, and like all sort of cool spooky Big Brother stuff.
Yep.
I think that the cool thing with this run, because the last arc alternates issues between Ultimates and Ultimate Endgame, which is like the crossover team up stuff that wraps up the universe. I think you could have actually just read the final arc of Ultimates as it was, and you didn't need to read Endgame. Like Endgame has all the like the juicy drama bits, because those are the main characters.
Right.
But like in terms of plot A to plot B, following what's going on, where all these pockets of resistance are coming up. I think you could have read it all the way through.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to fucking Bucky becoming the Red Skull. That was wild. That was really sad, but it was also really fun to watch Steve beat the fuck out of him.
Yep.
There was a whole issue focused around them. I think it was like issue 22. That was really cool.
This one, I think, is the only one so far, because I haven't finished Spider-Man, that I was, like, satisfied with it being capped at 24, because that's kind of what it was written for. It's counting down, and it ends, and, like, that's what you were expecting. That's what the writers were given, like, from the beginning. So, like, they knew what they were working with, and they fit everything that they had to or wanted to or whatever, like, into what they had. It was very good. It was very consistent. Like, Black Panther and X-Men, I was like, that could have gone on for, like, 2 more years, and I wouldn't have even noticed.
For sure.
So...
Ultimate Endgame.
That's
That's the last one. Oh, god damn it, I forgot! Fuck! Ultimate Wolverine kind of sucks ass.
Yep.
It's not actually bad. It's just so disappointing.
It's very generic.
Yeah, so I believe it was just before the 1 year mark, or it might have been the 1 year mark. They announced that the Eurasian Republic has a trick up its sleeve. Damn, it's the Winter Soldier, but he's also Wolverine. It's like, okay, I could see what you could do with that. He's got a dope ass fucking outfit.
Yep.
His original outfit with the mouthpiece. The one without the mouthpiece looks weird. The first issue I thought was a good opener.
Yep.
It's written by Chris Condon, who is a decent writer. I've seen his other stuff. He's not bad or anything. And primarily illustrated by Alex Capuccio, who is one of like the best guys.
Incredible artwork in this book.
Yes, but it cannot carry this fucking run. No. Unfortunately, it has some really cool designs in it, but it doesn't. It does fall into the like lay dark and edgy for the sake of being dark and edgy.
Yep. It uses characters being used in other books, and there
were some editorial fuck ups here.
Yeah, it made a lot more problems than it actually solved.
Yeah, so Wolverine has a few issues of being brainwashed and being a missile basically thrown at problems. He's hunting up mutants in the Eurasian Republic. That was a cool premise. He breaks out of it immediately, or nearly immediately.
Yep.
He bumps into Sabretooth. I really like what they did with Sabretooth in this run. It's one of the very few strong highlights. I like how Sabretooth is kind of what Wolverine's supposed to be. They have like their prior relationship, but he's actually out saving like mutant children, getting them to safety, keeping them safe. And there was a couple of issues that just primarily followed him that were done by a different artist, and that I thought was a big highlight.
Yeah.
And then they end up meeting up with him at the end of the run before all the big shit blows up, to like have a pipeline to funnel people to safety, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
He's running the mutant underground railroad basically.
Yep.
But yeah, and then there's other mutants being experimented on, and Wolverine's got to go get them. And turns out that almost all of the X-Men, but they're not the X-Men, have just met up and they're a group now. But they're not the X-Men because that title is taken by a group of children in China.
Exactly.
Japan. Holy fuck. So they're just, it's like, Gambit's there. There's no Rogue. He's with Kitty Pryde because reasons, and obviously Colossus and Magic are evil. But like they just show a bunch of people, and it's like, oh, Gambit's got a darker trench coat now. And it's like, wow, real crazy character decisions here.
I think this had 12 issues.
Originally it was, and then they extended it.
Did they? Because even then it felt cut off really early. That last issue sucked.
Yeah.
It was like, we're just going to chase Magic and figure out the riddle and solve all the things. Goodbye.
Yeah. Very weird. There is a certain amount of the I'm 14 and this is edgy that I don't mind. I do like that stuff when I'm in the right mood. I like Cyclops being turned into a Sentinel. Okay, it's kind of cool. He's Sentinel 1 and he's got a head in his stomach and he shoots lasers. I thought it was neat. I don't even hate what they did with Jean. Like she, the Phoenix, she's got a cool outfit.
Yeah.
She's being tortured. That was, expected. And Wolverine goes and gets her. And of course they have their whole, him and Jean gotta be up in each other's brains for some reason. it's just so like there's nothing else to it. Whereas like the bones are fine, but a lot of it's either been done before, isn't done uniquely enough, or is uninteresting.
Yeah,
I was hoping that we would get a good explanation of what they're doing in the Eurasian Republic, other than on the Japanese islands, because like that's a huge fucking continent ruled by 3 very interesting characters. You know, Peter's evil now. He's got a beard and mustache. Colossus looks exactly the same otherwise. Yep. And it's like they don't explain those characters do not get personal motivations. They're kind of just bad to be bad. Magic, they do the same negative trope that they keep doing with Magic, where they kind of just exploit her being like sexually exploited as a child by a devil. That's fucking weird.
I'm pretty sure they killed Colossus too, and that made her big angry.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And I'm pretty sure that's been done before.
Probably. Yeah, Omega Red was like fine, but Omega Red's kind of a flat character anyways. He just looks cool.
Yeah.
It was really slow. Like each issue would have like it's the Winter Soldier in the woods with a bunch of soldiers he's got to kill, and then he kills them, and it's over. And it's like, damn.
Yet another like 5-minute read.
Yeah.
And that's because I was taking my time looking at the pretty pictures.
Exactly. And then the second half of the run, when it got extended, was they just breeze through the events that they actually go over. Like they overthrow the entire fucking government, Magic flees, they go chase like all this shit happens, but it's not impactful. It doesn't really mean anything.
I think there was a big hullabaloo when this came out about, I don't know if it was this series, but it was right around the same time. One of the creatives had to come out and be like, yo, listen, like, our artists are overworked, so I can give you a whole page in the back to read that gives you a lore explanation, or you can get another page of ads. Like, leave the artists alone. They work hard enough. And this series was that's why I connect this series to it, because every single issue had a full fucking page of text that I pretty much skimmed.
Yeah, it was more lore stuff. It's like, oh, this data log by a scientist, but it just, the things it was telling me weren't that interesting. It's like, oh,
exactly.
This mutant escaped containment, and it's like, is there anything unique about this version of this mutant?
So,
no.
Like, I really appreciate the writer stepping up and taking some of the weight off the artist. That's good. That's cool.
Yeah.
But it also needs to be interesting.
Yeah, and also shout out negative to Wolverine's second suit. When he takes the mouthpiece off and starts carrying around a katana, I fucking hate it.
Weird.
That's the one that gets on all the covers, and it's also where he's in all the covers for Ultimate Endgame, despite barely being in it.
Yeah. I
hate that look. The mutton chops are like bursting out of the fucking helmet, and it looks like shit. Yeah, Capucho's art is really good. It's just, I don't know if it was the lack of material he was even given for like all these other mutant designs or whatever, but those were really subpar. They're just drawn really well.
Also, I think Wolverine fights a bear like 2 times, maybe 3.
Maybe, yeah.
One of those might be Sabretooth, but it's basically a bear too, so...
That's true. Yeah, it's just not that interesting.
Yeah.
This was definitely the weak point for the whole thing.
100%.
I guess it sold really well because that's why they extended it, and then they used Wolverine in a lot of the marketing for Ultimate Endgame, but meh.
I think that's the second time tonight you said "selled."
Really? I'm going insane.
That and 2 years in was extremely fucking weak.
Okay, actually, I came around okay, so Ultimate Universe 2 years in introduces the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is some characters we know, some we don't, and a bunch of, they're mixed and matched.
Guardians of the Galaxy changes every single time. I watched a YouTube video that could not get that right yesterday. It pissed me off.
That's true.
It's a different lineup every fucking time.
I was a little wary just because it is so odd.
Yes.
I liked it when I read it, and I came around on it because of how well they are used in Ultimate Endgame. I really appreciated it. The big one that I know everyone was really weirded out by is Daredevil is like a 8th dimensional imp, basically. He like bends around panels and he uses a cosmic cube, and the outfit looks a little weird. He's got like a really deep, like
it's bad.
The outfit isn't great. I will admit that. I like the helmet, the V-neck, not V-neck, but like he has like a scoop neck, and the double D's are like lined up like a uniboob. That's weird. I don't like that. I like what he does in the book, though.
Colin's right. It looks like a penis stamp.
Kind of does. I like how they used him in the book. Like he has multiple pages of this is how he fights, and he's bending the how the book is formatted around, and that was really cool. I ended up liking them. It didn't like resonate with me when I read that issue. I was like, this, okay, I see what they're doing. Like, they have a bunch of very odd people. Star-Lord was kind of cool. But I like that they connected with them. And they also sent off American Chavez with them. And they're like, okay, you fit in with these weirdos.
It felt like MacGuffin to me. Like, bringing in the Guardians of the Galaxy and how they're used in Endgame, it was like, all right. I don't know. It just didn't.
I think they definitely could have been another series. I think that should have been what Wolverine was.
It should have been 6 issues.
Yeah, at least.
Very short, very sweet, but not like, this is a secret tool we're going to use later.
That's fair. Because they're fighting the war on like both sides of time, because they're cross-dimensional in time, and the way that the mechanics of this universe work, I thought were really well explained in Endgame. I do like it. I can't regurgitate it to you.
Yeah.
But it made sense when I was reading it, and that's mostly what matters to me. So I like them, like, how they exist in the universe, but they definitely needed more meat.
Yeah.
Ultimate Endgame did not get a good reception, and I'm kind of surprised, because I really like it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I didn't follow the reception.
There was definitely a few choices I didn't love. So this is the Ultimates, all the big name people go into the city to go put the special time bomb in the Maker's asshole.
Yep.
And at the same time,
the problem is the Maker's asshole keeps stretching.
Well, the problem is that everything is the Maker's asshole, actually.
Yeah.
Because I'm impressed they followed up on that, because prior to this entire
followed up on the Maker's asshole?
Followed up on the Maker having a symbiote, because that was something that was set up in Donny Cates's Venom stuff that they didn't mention at all through any of this, and I was like, that's a good thing to pull out of your ass.
Yep.
Because turns out he has infested he is the city. And that was really cool and led to a lot of really fun imagery. I liked the weird, him coming out of buildings with his big ass weird teeth and shit.
Yep.
And then at the same time, because once they go in the time bubble, time stops, kind of. All the rest of the people, they're the B tier characters and all of the other runs, other than Spider-Man, are on the outside of the city, fighting off all of the SHIELD agents and the clones and all the bad peoples. I liked how they brought it together. It was 5 issues. I think a few of them were oversized, or at least maybe the first one was. They felt thicker.
Don't know.
They had 2 artists, one to do the inside of the city and one to do outside the city. And I really liked that gimmick, because
that makes sense.
The artist that they had doing inside the city had thicker lines,
Heavy inks.
Heavier inks. It felt kind of Ditko-y sometimes, and it felt really well in line with where the twists will go. Of basically everything here is actually the Maker, and he's known you're here the whole time. I like that stuff.
Yeah.
They run into the original Iron Lad's daddy, who's gone completely and utterly cuckoo banana because time is weird in there.
Yep.
He has a bunch of really niche characters that I had not actually heard of before under his control. They're but they're weird, the robot transformers, which is totally fine. I just was like, what the fuck is? I need to look something up.
It was basically like Bob.
Yeah,
from Smash Brothers.
Yeah, weird stuff. And then they have a big smackdown. They kill Spider-Man.
Yep.
Until the end. I liked that the Maker took the special suit juice back and turned it into Carnage. I know it's doing the this suit doesn't match who's actually inside of it, but I was never expecting an actual Venom and Carnage in this universe. They used the imagery because it's cool.
Yeah.
It was neat.
Yeah.
He kills Peter, and then Peter gets resurrected right at the end of the run, because of course he does, because...
again, this could come back, but nothing's happened.
I had a strong feeling. It is the public face of this universe.
Yeah. They're
going to kill him. And then, they choose to resurrect. I don't remember exactly what the mechanism was, but they basically get, the wish to bring one person back.
Yep.
And they're like, it's got to be him. And he's
he's the one that makes us money.
Yeah. And then... Endgame was really cool. It felt like it balanced the inside and outside the bubble stuff really well. Yep. All the other characters did important things. They kill Cap. He stays dead.
Yep.
Rip.
Yep.
Hawkeye becomes Captain America. That was neat. I like how they immediately followed it up with once the war is over, like in the finale. They're like, so once the war's over, all of the Red Skulls just turned into like, they just started reusing Cap iconography for the exact same fucking point.
Oh, yeah,
They're
because they had been using Punisher as...
Yeah, it was like Punisher, Red Skull stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, so that was bad.
Really
that
cool.
was bad, but like, we're still going to be Nazis though. And it's like...
A red Punisher logo because it's Red Skull and Punisher. That was awesome.
That was really cool.
I
and
forgot
then
about that.
That was nice. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, it felt like everybody actually had their place. No one felt entirely underserved. It felt like an ensemble book, which was really nice. Obviously, Iron Lad and Doom are like the big two. Iron Lad has his talking to the audience moment right at the end, which I fuck with. That is, especially for the type of book this is and how extremely overt it is with everything. I was like, yeah, Denise is talking to me right now, and I'm fine with that. They do have, they do justify it with like the mechanisms of how the Maker made this universe, but is like time is not just not fixed in the future. The past is also malleable, and it's very, it is very hope pilled, very fucking. Don't no doomerang. Doomerang is bad, guys. It doesn't matter how bad shit gets. There's always something you can do. Like that was cool. It was cool. And then all the characters go their separate ways, and that leads into Ultimate Finale, which is like a collection of short stories for all of the runs.
I don't think I read that one yet.
Yeah, it's just like a little tidbit. Again, I skipped over the X-Men and Black Panther because I haven't finished those runs yet.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man one was fine. It was just like, yep, Spider-Man's still Spider-Manning.
Yep.
And it's like, yep, correction, get back to that. The Wolverine one was more of nothing, which was disappointing. And then the Ultimates, the actual end point for the whole thing was good, but it was also the most. They told Denny's last minute, they're like, okay, so don't actually kill we told you to kill the universe, don't actually kill it because we might want to bring the shit back.
Yep.
Which was, it made sense, but it was also really frustrating because they get rid of the Maker, but they don't. The Maker isn't like the reset switch, which I appreciate. It isn't like you defeat the bad guy, everything is perfect now.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you still need to go get rid of those people off the council you haven't taken care of, and you still need to do the work on the ground to like fix the world.
Yeah.
I like how consistently they used like fix the world through the whole fucking run. There are people making stickers of this shit in like El Salvador and posting it. It's fucking awesome. And then turns out that the real Doom from 6160 is like, oh, interesting. I'm gonna get this little Maker symbiote goop pile. I'm gonna want that. And turns out he's just been around this whole time. It is a goofy ass cliffhanger. It is really much like, I get it, because there is no real mention of where Victor Von Doom has been in this universe. You would assume that the Maker just killed him because he's got his big beef thing, and then he's like, oh, I'm going to turn myself into Doom, blah. And whatever. So like at the end, they're eliminating all of the traces of the Maker. They're putting him in boxes and throwing him into oblivion. And then Doom's just like, I can use this, and that's it. And then they're like, to be continued ? And that was fine. I'm just so pissed. Like my biggest issue on the only real issue, other than like some pacing stuff here and there and some weak artists, is like editorial just chose to kill the universe for no fucking reason.
A very quick fact check on you. Apparently Dakin is Japanese for mongrel or bastard dog. So it's not the worst thing.
No, but
I'll
it's
say
weird
it.
as a superhero name.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, as Wolverine's son.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Fits, I guess.
It does. I don't know.
Is he actually a bastard?
When has Wolverine ever been married? Has Wolverine married a single woman ever?
That one time in Japan when he found his waifu.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even know if they got married. I don't fucking know. It's Wolverine. Assume every child is a bastard child or a clone. Yeah, it is just frustrating because they thought Hickman agreed to do 24 issues of Spider-Man. He like gave Denny's Camp the ideas that they had for Ultimates. Denny's ran with that, and like it just feels kind of weird on the whole. Like everything is in its place. Most of the runs were fucking perfect or nearly perfect. Wolverine's just a weird sore spot, and then it is just like you could just keep going.
Yeah. Seriously.
Like you don't have to have another big threat. You could just I want to watch what cleanup looks like. for the another 12 issues for each of these, pretty much.
I mean, you could go crazy with it and have a power struggle at the top between the 8 people, the 8 villains that are, or whatever, whoever's still living, to like become the guy or whatever. Like, there's a lot of potential here still.
It is certainly interesting, especially because, like, Spider-Man especially feels like it ends in a place, which is good. It wraps up Hickman's time. It absolutely feels like it should be picked up by somebody else, though.
Yep.
Like, it wraps up all the stuff he started and he wanted to deal with, and it's like, he's still out there doing shit, and he's got his kids with him.
Yep.
Woo!
Yep.
And it's like, you were planning on passing the baton to somebody, and that editorial just said, nah. And it's like, the sales were fucking great.
Yep.
And then Marvel immediately pivoted once they killed this, and then realized that Absolute was kicking them in the teeth, and they're like, okay, so we're gonna do spooky. We're gonna do what is it? Fucking
Midnight.
Yeah, Marvel Midnight, which is another spin-off universe where they're only doing their big titles, but as horror-ish. And it's like, damn, guys, that was a fumble as fuck.
Yep.
Ugh.
We had 2 topics lined up, but that took us an hour.
Yeah.
Do we want to do Absolutes next month?
Sure.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I'll be through more of them at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That
thanks.
was the Ultimates.
I purchased all of these issues at Jetpack Comics and Games in downtown Rochester, New Hampshire. Including,
you are a slut.
I am a slut. Including a couple of very fun reprints and my trades. The only trade I actually have is Ultimate Invasion, because I'm waiting for these to be in an omnibus.
Yeah.
We partner with Jetpack Comics and Games. If you like hobby nerd bullshit, go buy your stuff there. They have tabletop card games, video games, posters, t-shirts. They have Funko Pops.
Magic cards.
Magic card.
Pokemon
That
cards.
counts as tabletop.
Kinda.
Yeah. Again, comics. Go support them because they support us.
They have swords.
They have a lot of foam swords right now. I remember when I was a kid, that's the shit when they'd have one every once in a while. And now that I'm an adult, they just have a pile of them. And I'm like, where was this when I was a kid? I wanted toys when I was a kid because I was stupid. And I wasn't early on my investing on graded comics. Great people over at Jetpack. We like bumping into them and buying things from them. Go sort through their single comic bins. It's fun. Go in the back room and go to the furniture store that's in the back.
I like sorting through the magic card boxes in the regular room.
Yeah. Got the old card feel on the hands when you're done. You're like, oh, all these paper particles.
Yep.
Also a shout out to our patrons over at patreon.com/dimecomicbros network, Caitlin and Jeff Lawrence. Go ahead over there and throw us a buck. You get early access to episodes most of the time, exclusive access to happy hour segments, which we film afterwards, where we talk sometimes more on topic stuff, sometimes more bullshit, and sometimes we'll just randomly tickle each other for weird answers to random bullshit.
We do not put any fingers where they don't belong on each other.
Yeah, okay. If that's what you want to say.
Don't fucking touch me.
Also, a bunch of cool merch stuff for free. We have stickers and bookmarks with cool artwork. Go over there and give me money so we can eventually have cool merch, like really cool merch.
Like what? A coffee mug with a revolver handle?
I'm making an interested face. There's options. There is cool merchandise. We could make a Dime Comic Bros ugly Christmas sweater.
A reflective board thing for your car with our logo on the front.
Yeah, there's options. There's options. Branded magic card mats. Next month is probably gonna just be the Absolute Universe as far up in it as we are for right now.
Yep.
Tune in then.